This is the story of Kale, a man who lost everything in his first life. The story begins on a battlefield drenched in blood. Dark clouds covered the sky. Rain poured endlessly from above. And among thousands of corpses, one man remained standing. That man was Kale. Both of his arms had been severed, his eyes had been ripped out, and an ancient sword pierced through his heart. Anyone looking at him would know that death was inevitable. But strangely, Kale was not afraid of dying. He was only afraid of one thing: regret. As his life slowly faded away, memories began flashing before his eyes. He remembered his mother, the woman who had raised him through poverty and suffering. He remembered the villagers who sacrificed their lives to protect him. He remembered his friends who died in war. And he remembered the woman he loved, the woman he could never save. Kale spent his entire life chasing power. But when he finally became strong enough, it was already too late. Everyone he cared about was gone. Standing before him were the people responsible for all his suffering. The 10 demonic masters, and above them all, the demonic emperor. Just before death claimed him, Kale heard a voice that should not have existed, a voice from beyond the world itself. And then, everything went dark. But fate was not finished with Kale. When he opened his eyes again, he was no longer a dying cultivator. He was a newborn child. Kale had been reborn, in the same world, in the same village, and most importantly, he remembered everything. Every battle, every loss, every mistake, every regret. This time, he would change fate. Years passed. Outwardly, Kale looked like an ordinary child, but inside his mind lived the memories of a powerful warrior. Then one night, everything changed. While sleeping, Kale's soul entered a realm that should not have existed. Floating islands drifted through endless darkness. Ancient chains stretched across the heavens. Ruined temples floated in the void. And beneath everything, an endless abyss waited. It was there that Kale met 5 mysterious masters. And little did he know, this meeting would change the fate of the entire world. The 5 masters were unlike anyone Kale had ever seen. The first was a legendary hunter. The second, a woman who could turn music into a deadly weapon. The third, a master assassin who controlled shadows. The fourth, an ancient monk whose body was harder than steel. And the fifth, a physician who mastered both medicine and poison. At first, Kale believed he was dreaming, but the truth was far more shocking. This realm was not a dream. It was a prison built to contain ancient devils, monsters, and demon gods. And Kale had become its new guardian. From that day onward, his true training began. Every night he trained within the prison realm. Every morning he returned stronger than before. The Hunter Master sharpened his body and vision. The Music Master taught him how sound could destroy souls. The Shadow Master taught him stealth and assassination. The monk taught him discipline and the terrifying Asura arts. The physician taught him medicine, alchemy, and poison. Years passed, and Kale grew stronger. But soon his first real challenge arrived. One night he saw his mother coughing blood, the exact illness that had killed her in his previous life. But this time, Kale knew what to do. Before sunrise, he climbed dangerous mountains, searching for rare herbs. He crossed deadly cliffs, escaped wild beasts, and risked his life countless times. Finally, he found the cure. Weeks later, his mother fully recovered. For the first time, Kale realized something important. Fate could be changed. And that realization became his greatest strength. But an even greater tragedy was approaching. The day his village was supposed to be destroyed. Only this time, Kale would be waiting.
The day of the massacre finally arrived. But unlike his previous life, Kale was prepared. He filled the mountain roads with traps, blocked enemy pathways, and even lured dangerous beasts toward the invading army. When the attackers arrived, their entire plan collapsed. The village survived. For the first time, history had changed. But something felt wrong. These soldiers were not ordinary soldiers. So Kale secretly followed them, and what he discovered shocked him. The soldiers removed their armor. Beneath it were black demonic robes. They were members of hidden demonic sects, the very people responsible for countless tragedies. Inside a secret underground temple, Kale learned another terrifying truth. The 10 demonic masters had already infiltrated the world, and behind them all stood the demonic emperor, the same man who had killed Kale in his previous life. When Kale reported this to his masters, another secret was revealed. The prisoners within the abyss were not ordinary monsters. Many had once ruled worlds, and as guardian, Kale could command them. At first, only a giant wolf bowed before him. Then came spirit ravens, shadow serpents, ancient demons, and creatures so old that history itself had forgotten their names. One after another, they accepted Kale as their master. Years passed, his army grew, his cultivation advanced, and eventually, the weak child from the village disappeared. In his place stood a warrior capable of challenging destiny itself. And then, the hunt began. One by one, Kale hunted the 10 demonic masters. The poison sovereign fell. The blood-blade king was defeated. The shadow devil perished. The soul witch was destroyed. And soon, the remaining demonic masters followed. With every victory, Kale became stronger, and his army grew larger. Eventually, only one enemy remained: the demonic emperor. When he appeared, the sky turned black. Storms covered the continent, mountains trembled, and the entire world felt his presence. But this time, Kale was not alone. He possessed the teachings of 5 legendary masters. He commanded an army of ancient monsters, and most importantly, he had been given a second chance. The final battle began. Millions of monsters charged across the battlefield. The heavens shook, the earth cracked apart, and entire mountains collapsed. Then the final truth was revealed. The 5 masters were never ordinary humans. They were the original guardian spirits, the ancient beings who created the prison itself. One by one, they gave their power to Kale. Their spirits merged with him, and at that moment, his true power awakened. The gravekeeper of 10,000 eras had finally been born. Silver eyes shone like stars, ancient chains covered the heavens, and countless souls revolved around him. Now only one battle remained: Kale versus the demonic emperor. Their clash split the sky, shattered mountains, and shook the entire world. And finally, Kale won. When the sun rose once again, the war was over. The darkness was gone. The world was safe. His village survived. His mother lived. And everything he had lost in his first life had been protected in his second. The story ends with Kale standing atop the highest peak in existence. Behind him floats the ancient prison realm, no longer a symbol of destruction, but a symbol of peace. Because the boy who once failed to save anyone had become the strongest guardian in existence. And this time, he saved them all.